And I'm sure Brian's evaluation will be just as well, if not better, to evaluate Stephanie's speech. Take it away, Brian.
Thank you, Steve. Stephanie, as always, we love the energy that you bring when you give us a speech. It's between you have the excellent vocal variety that we always look for with people when they're giving their speeches, and it really draws us in, especially where you do all of the interaction, the different motions that you had us doing. It draws us in and keeps our attention throughout the whole speech. I also love the educational aspect of this speech, not just learning about the zodiac animals and how they relate, but also where you drew in talking about that smiling study and the benefits you can have of smiling. It's an interesting little side note to learn about. A couple areas where I think you could have made some improvements. One is just to step back a little bit further from the camera. You do a lot of really good hand motions that go along with everything, but in some cases they ended up being cut off. So at the beginning when you had us put the hand on our stomach and breathe right now, so you can see it's below the screen, so you're not getting that view. Also, one spot I noticed where you're talking about the animal jumping, and we caught the top of the jump with your hand, but if you were stepped back a little further, we would have had more of a visual. I really liked how you wrapped up the speech by talking about the animal for this year, the ox, and a little bit of info on that. It puts a nice cap to it. One thing that might have been interesting to try to include is you touched on it, I think, briefly with last year. I think you said it was the rat, and maybe something about last year and how last year ended up being, and maybe being the rat or something related to that. We could have seen it coming, or I'm not sure how that would have possibly tied in. I think also on your pacing, you're still trying to cram an awful lot into a short speech. I know it's something you're trying to work on. Still trying to slow down the pacing a little bit, where I think sometimes it can get away, and we miss some of the little things that you have in there. I think in shortening up the speech, one thing I did miss in the speech was the story about all the different animals and how they made it across and why they ended up in a different order. But as you know, something had to come out. You can't put it all in a 5 to 7 minute speech. So I do think you did a good job of picking out a couple of those particular ones that you wanted to highlight. So an excellent job. Like I say, we love the energy that you bring. It's always exciting to see one of your speeches and look forward to the next one. Thanks, Stephanie.
Let me go off mute there. All right. Thank you very much, Brian. Another excellent evaluation, I'm sorry,